13 Action News, elevating Las Vegas. Good morning, Las Vegas.
Breaking overnight, police investigating after 2 people were killed in the valley. A passenger opens fire on a driver on the 95 and another person killed near Buffalo and Mesa Vista. Plus, the lengthy NHB hiring process condensed to one day where you can sign up, interview, and test for the job today in the valley. First, breaking overnight, a passenger opens fire on a driver near the 95 and Flamingo. 13 Action News reporter Sean Delancey joining us now live at the scene with the details on what led up to the deadly shooting. Good morning, Sean.
Good morning, Nina. The latest update from scene here is that police have opened up the westbound lanes of Flamingo here at the 95. Within the last half hour, the eastbound lanes remained closed hours after this deadly shooting as the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department tries to figure out exactly what happens in the moments leading up to those shots being fired. Now, this is still very early in the investigation, so we're not getting a lot of information from homicide detectives, but here is what we know at this point. Police say that they got a call around 9 o'clock that someone had been shot at the corner of Flamingo and the 95. And when police got here, they say that they found a man in the driver's seat of a van dead from several gunshot wounds. They say that they found another man still inside of the car and armed, claiming to have shot the driver after some kind of argument. Right now, police say that this investigation turns to questioning that gunman to find out what exactly led up to the shooting.
He's currently being interviewed to find out what the circumstances were and what led up to the shooting.
Now, the circumstances surrounding the shooting can change the type of charges that are filed, if any, in this instance. So this is important information that we're going to be bringing to you as this case develops. Also, we're going to be bringing you some information as to when the eastbound lanes of Flamingo open up. Right now, there's no word on when that's going to happen. So for now, it's probably best just to avoid the area if you're heading east. Sean Delancey, 13 Action News.
Thank you, Sean. And Metro also investigating a homicide near Buffalo and Mesa Vista. Police received reports of a stabbing and gunshots from around the area just before 11 last night. When they arrived at the scene, they found the victim suffering from unknown injuries. The victim was taken to the hospital where the victim later died. The identity has not been released yet and no details if the suspect has been arrested. And we will continue to follow both of these stories on the air, online, and on social media. You can also download the KTNV News app for updates.
We're kicking off your weekend with some cool temperatures. Wake up forecast we're showing we're going to stay in the 40s for the next couple of hours. Closer to 50 degrees by around 9 a.m. Still worth reaching for that hot coffee this morning if you're reaching for the caffeine. Here's a look at those current winds. We're seeing some light conditions, 10 miles per hour in Boulder City. Laughlin typically a bit more breezy, 23 miles per hour, but wind should not be an issue for your Saturday. We're going to be staying in the 50s for a really good portion of your day, but warming into the low 60s by around 3-4 p.m. with mostly sunny skies. Clear conditions expected tonight, and then we're going to be dipping into the 40s into those overnight hours. Tonight, late night, if you have any Saturday night plans, expect to stay in the low 50s, so worth bringing that jacket with you. We're going to see some chilly overnight and early morning conditions. Then we have some wet weather headed our direction. We're going to be seeing that impact our Thanksgiving holiday. Nina, I'll have those details in just a few.
Thanks, Kelsey. NHB is hosting a hiring event today in the Valley in the hopes of attracting more troopers. Officials say the Las Vegas area is growing and they want to keep up with the population. The one-day hiring event includes the fitness test, a written exam, and interview panel.
So anyone who's ever applied with the police department knows it's a very lengthy process. Sometimes it can take 6 months or longer. We're doing 3 things all in one day.
The NHB Las Vegas hiring event is happening this morning starting at 7:30 a.m. It will be at the NHB Southern Command headquarters on West Sunset Road. North Las Vegas Airport is hosting a community open house today. It's between 9 in the morning and 3 in the afternoon. Several aircraft will be on display there, and the event will also have activities for the kids. The event is free to attend. And get ready for deals and steals this weekend. Clark County is holding a government surplus auction. This is a look at just some of the items that will be up for grabs there. They have vehicles, furniture, and computers. So anyone planning to bid must register at the TNT auction trailer at Stephanie and Flamingo. Bidding starts at 8 a.m. today. It is farewell to Sam Boyd Stadium. Today, the UNLV Rebels will play their final football game there. 13 Action News anchor Carla Wade takes you on a trip back in time to see what this means for the alumni and athletes.
Sam Boyd Stadium holds a lot of memory for these former UNLV football players, some of whom are going to be sad to say goodbye, but others who are excited about the move to Allegiant Stadium.
I haven't seen my friends for 30 years. And having that the reaction of seeing your friend from across the room and running over and getting a hug, and it brought back all those moments of, you know, the anguish, the blood, the sweat, the tears, all that effort.
The roar of the crowd and the band playing them on. More than 30 years later, Dave Pappas still feels all that exhilaration. A junior college transfer, he was a defensive lineman from 1988 to 1991.
You're out there, you're thinking of the great plays you had, and also the hardest I've ever been hit in my life was on that. And it's actually San Jose. It's the hardest I've ever been hit. It was a trap play. They came around, picked me up, and I remember literally looking out into the darkness and going up and hearing the crowd and landing on my head and running off the field.
It's UNLV's 49th and final season at Sam Boyd Stadium. Saturday is the last home game, and next season the Rebels will play in and share Allegiant Stadium with the Raiders.
Las Vegas was a much smaller place when it opened, way out in the desert. Now it seems a lot closer, but you know, when they built it, the city built it out there in 1971, just way out in the middle of nowhere. So a lot of people grew up with it. I met my wife there. My kids have grown up going to games there. So it means a lot to this community because it was the first big venue for gathering here in Las Vegas.
These former student athletes reconnecting over a happy hour spread will also reunite on the field where they won 2 bowl games Saturday. More than 200 of them will be a part of a special goodbye.
It is going to be an emotional time. I think we're doing a fireworks show with to pay tribute to the stadium after the game, win or lose. And I think there's going to be some tears out on the field and in the stands.
Carla Wade, 13 Action News.
It's going to be a memorable day. Now the Vegas Golden Knights are taking on the Edmonton Oilers tonight at 7. This comes after the team lost to the Sharks last Thursday. The Knights are hoping to bounce back from that loss with a victory over the Oilers tonight. All the Sharks may have defeated the Knights this week, but Evander Kane is still losing big. The star forward has yet to pay up his gambling bets to the Cosmopolitan. He racked up a $500,000 bill back in April, and now we're learning what could happen if he doesn't pay up.
Prosecutions are fairly rare in these cases because it doesn't do anyone any good to put someone in prison because then nobody's going to get paid.
The criminal defense lawyer we spoke with says Kane's case is unusual because casinos usually work with the guests before filing a lawsuit. But although it is rare, it is possible he could be prosecuted. A big night for hope for prisoners during their fundraiser event at the Las Vegas ballpark. The local organization has helped hundreds transition from jail back to the community each year, helping them find jobs and live a new life. Singer Winona Judd was there Thursday to perform and shine a light on the impact the program has on our community.
I have such awareness that this program is one of the greatest in the United States. The statistics are outrageously positive, and it's working. They don't let you fall through the cracks. They show up and say, "We are here."
Metro also plays a big part in helping the men and women reclaim their lives. Over 100 officers showed up to offer their support. If you have a room in your home, you can open your house to a pet for Thanksgiving. The Animal Foundation is asking you to bring home a medium to large dog for a full week, and the shelter will give you all the supplies you need for the field trip.
Basically to give them a break from the shelter, also to make room for other dogs that are coming in. And we use it for a couple of other reasons. We use it to get information that we can't obtain here at the shelter, basically the personality of a dog outside shelter in a home.
If you have space, why not, right? If you end up adopting the dog you foster, the shelter will waive the fees. If you're interested, we have a link on our website, ktnv.com/links. The holiday season doesn't always bring joy for everyone. So as you sit down with your family for Thanksgiving, a psychologist says they may need extra love and patience.
There's a sort of a false illusion presented about what the holidays should look like including it's got to always be happy all the time.
And Dr. Paul says if you find yourself getting into a mindset of worry, you should take a moment to pause. And Dr. Paul says try to shift into another mindset of what the holidays represent to you and what they mean to you. She says it's okay to feel a full range of emotion any time of year. Holiday travel season is almost here, but good news if you are flying out of McCarran. A new study finds it is to be the least stressful airports in the country. Insurance company Insure My Trip did the study, and the results are based on flight cancellation rates. McCarran ranked 17th. Honolulu and Kauai took the top 2 spots. A local couple's wedding will be filled with the first responders after firefighters saved their wedding dress and rings from a fire. There, you can probably remember this story if they brought this to you last week. The flames destroying much of the newly engaged couple's Henderson's home. Firefighters were able to save key items they needed for their big day.
I can't imagine them, looking around for a little ring, in a bedroom, and he comes out with a ring and a dress.
David's Bridal is giving the bride a new dress since the current one smells heavily of smoke. Several first responders will be at their wedding tomorrow to wish them well. And we wish them well as well. Good morning, everyone. Coming up, fighting to wrestle why one school won't let a girl on the mat.
That Saturday sunrise shaping up pretty nicely. We're going to be looking at temps in the 60s for today. A cool down though and wet weather expected by the end of the week. We are tracking all of that for you coming up.